Hello, immense throngs of people with intense loyalty towards me and everything I do and everything I say. Well, today, loyal followers, I want to talk about what I think is the psychological makeup of that most peculiar of species, which is the fag checker. What makes the fag checker tick? What makes him do what he does? What gives him motivation to get up in the morning and attend to the business that he attends to? What is it that animates him? What is it that motivates him? I will admit this is going to be guesswork on my part, an educated guess to understand the psychology of this individual, because I don't know any fag checkers, and I don't want to know any fag checkers. They disgust me. I find them despicable. I despise them. I mean, they might be perfectly fine people other than being fag checkers, but when they are in the capacity of so-called fact checking, they have little little about them that I find to be admirable. So what does a fact checker do? A fact checker ostensibly, supposedly, seeks out stories or seeks out things that people have said or claims that people have made, and says what's true and what isn't, and confirms that this is factual and that is not factual, and so forth and so on. So there's never been a bigger gulf between what this type of person claims to do, the kind of person he claims to be, and what he really does and who he really is. Because under the cover of being some kind of truth seeker, of being some kind of verifier of what's true and what isn't, and what's factual and what isn't, this fact checker, we all know, is working in the service of the people who are in charge. He is a hired hand of the establishment. We will not generally see the fag checker look at something that is officially approved dogma or doctrine or policy of those in charge, and those who have either because they've been elected or in many cases because they've been unelected but still are powerful, who have this official line, who have this official position on things. You will not see the fact checker look at these people and their claims and assess what's real and what's fake and what's factual and what's not factual. Instead, the fact checker will exclusively attend to things that are said by outside groups, by outside sources, by venues that are not part of the establishment, but who still have a following. Because we live in a time where more and more people have voices, and they're facilitated to use their voices by the internet. So more and more people can be seen, can be conspicuous, can build up a following, and can be heard from, and can approach the issues in a way that is not going to meet the approval of the established authorities. The fact checker's role is exclusively to look at these sources, these venues, these miscreants. These venues headed up by people who have the gall to spread disinformation, what gets called disinformation. And it gets called disinformation not because it is disinformation, but because it's not the kind of information that they want out there. They want their line to get out there as the official line, and they want everything else that opposes their line or looks with suspicion at their line to be hounded and harassed and branded irresponsible and unreliable. And that is where the fact checker comes in. They bring him in and they say, look at these people over here. They're saying X, Y, and Z. We don't want them to be saying X, Y, and Z. We want them to be saying A, B, and C. Or we want A, B, and C. We want it to be known that if you are a respectable person in our society today, you don't believe X, Y, Z, you believe A, B, C. And if you show some skepticism towards A, B, C, then, well, you are taking your social credit score down in a downward spiral. And we will see to it that people like people who cast doubt on A, B, and C and believe instead in X, Y, and Z, that they aren't legally prosecuted, possibly, because we still have this pesky thing called freedom of speech, but we will see to it that they are branded as irresponsible and disinformation spewers. The most egregious, but also kind of funny form that this took for me, this has taken for me, the so-called fact checker, is when you might recall a few months ago, our intrepid president, our commander-in-chief, who was elected in a free and fair election with absolutely no irregularities whatsoever and no fraud whatsoever. That's part of the A, B, and C they want you to believe anyway. Well, remember when he was climbing the steps to his plane and he stumbled and fell, and he got back up, and then he stumbled and fell again and got back up and then walked up the rest of the flight, the stairs to the door of the plane and into the plane without falling again, but after having fallen twice climbing the stairs. Well, a lot of people thought that was an embarrassment. A lot of people thought, this is goofy. This president's falling on his face climbing the steps to Air Force One. What kind of a message does that send? That the supposed most powerful man in the world, although there's those of us in the know that there are plenty more powerful men than him. But anyway, the guy who is the figurehead of power, the representative of power, to see him just stumble and to have these pratfalls like this. It's not like it's something we all do. We all fall down. We all trip and fall and look silly, and so there's nothing really inherently shameful about it. But nevertheless, I recall seeing a fact-checking article on this incident, which said that it's a myth. It's a myth if you think that Biden climbing the steps of Air Force One, that he fell down a couple of times and then just looked goofy and it was a great embarrassment. No, that's wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong if you think that that's what happened. What actually happened, this fact checker tells us, is that the President Biden stumbled a little. He might have fallen down, kinda, and then he might have fallen down kind of again. But really, what we should pay attention to is the nimbleness with which he got up and then charged up the rest of the plane like a man half his age, basically. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about here whatsoever. They actually did that. They actually had a fact check on how you should feel, how you should react or respond to President Biden stumbling twice as he climbs the steps to Air Force One. That alone should tell you that fact checking is not about facts. Fact checking is about putting forth a certain line that you want to establish as the line that must be followed if you are a respectable member of society. And that's the real purpose of the fact checkers. It's the ultimate conformist position, and I think what makes it so despicable in my eyes is that they go under this pretense of being correctors of that which is unfactual, when in fact it doesn't have anything to do with fact, it doesn't have anything to do with truth. It just has to do with promoting a party line. Now, I guess that that kind of hypocrisy is everywhere, and it's been going on for a long time. But there's something about the whole establishment of the fact checker and that the fact checker protocol that is just is so baldly inaccurate and so baldly hypocritical and so completely false. They're the ultimate conformists. They aren't the ones who are bravely telling the truth, no matter what the consequence. They're the ones who tell you what you better believe what you would better hold the truth to be, if you know what's good for you, if you want your social credit score to go up, if you want things to go well for you in society, if you don't want to be shunned for being a miscreant and fired from your job for being a notorious conspiracy theorist or something along those lines. That's who fact checkers really are, and that's why I despise them, and that's why you should despise them too. Thanks for watching.